Welcome to June.
Bakit seryoso? Well, welcome to the Jun and Paul show.
No, we're not doing that. Welcome to June
Paul.
show. Did you guys watch our last video? People are complaining. They said we're goofing around too much.
Oh shit! Is that?
Yeah, that's why we have a nice table now.
Yes. Formalities.
Yep.
You know.
No eating on the show.
Yeah. You know, we got like blockades. I guess.
No sponsors.
No sponsors. Hindi halata. Can't tell what that's from.
Okay. June.
Paul.
Welcome. How are you guys?
So today we have a special guest.
You're not eating.
Well, I was.
Last video we didn't eat.
Oh,
Gatpuno gave us some freaking good.
we can't tell you what it is.
This we can't tell you because it's taped up over there.
There's two of them with tape, but you can't tell what it is.
Do not suck your thumb on film. Big no.
Wow, this show just went all over the place.
I know.
I think we just got more subscribers for that.
We have the little girl like sponsoring us.
With pigtails. But
So
anyway,
today
we have a special.
Wait. On our season 1, the first video is we kind of show the basic blocks.
What did you put down there?
Second session.
Wait, why do you have
was
notes?
FMA misconception wherein I was
Wait.
trying to punch June.
Wait, why do you have notes? I don't have anything. It's like
Okay.
I'm just okay.
We're becoming popular, I think. We have 3
We are-
subscribers.
We are
It's
legends.
June, me, and I don't know who the third one is.
And you that's watching, if
And
you
we
got
have
this far,
power. June still has to break a coconut.
well, we're going from board to coconut now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Gapuno said he's gonna teach you how to break a coconut.
One's gonna-
Gapuno, we're back. We have the Muay Thai kick with Crafton Wallace, El Champion.
El Champion.
Guess what? We have an El Champion today.
Yeah, we do.
Who is our guest? Maybe he'll give us some sponsorship so we can
Yeah.
get some stand on our freaking film.
Something.
Something.
Like, man, this guy.
So,
like,
Bait was our guru. Bait was our guest last time. He talked about measurements. Today we're gonna talk about being a champion.
and Skyflakes?
Skyflakes.
No, Skyflakes.
So should we get our?
It's not Skyflakes. It's blank.
It's no flakes
It's something flakes.
made in the Philippines.
A lot of Filipinos would not know what this one is.
They don't know what this is. This is.
But see, it's not the regular Skyflakes.
It's stateside.
Wait, it's those it's the one with the with the
flavor.
little bit with the flavor on the inside, you know. So it's not the regular.
May palaman.
Yeah, a little bit of inside there. But back to our guest. People are wondering who our guest is.
We're eating our guest food.
Oh yeah, we gotta leave some for our guest.
Yeah.
Well,
So
okay.
get our guest.
Yes. Come on.
Come on down.
Yay!
Our guest.
You all know this guy.
You know this guy.
You know this guy.
Champion McGregor.
You know, they
How
say,
was your last flight, Mr.
they say you can't choose your family, but it looks like I have.
Yeah, how was your last flight?
How was your
McGregor?
flight?
You know,
He's like, what?
Okay,
true story though. That actually happened to us in the Philippines. We were at a bank, right? And one of the security guys came up to him, and they were speaking Tagalog. I had no idea what they were doing, but the guy was under the impression that's exactly who I was. The beard was shorter at the time, and he just starts cracking up, and I don't know what they're talking about.
Wait,
He's like,
wait,
no,
You're not McGregor?
I'm on the wrong show. I knew something was up.
get up!
Well, it's been fun.
We've been doing champions, dude.
Hey,
No.
Hey,
What the hell are your credentials?
On our last one, we had stick fighting champion of Paete. Before that, it was Muay Thai champion. What are you champion of?
South Florida champion.
Okay.
Well, actually,
So tell us something about you.
tell us something about you, Mr. Zach.
Mr.
Yeah, well,
Oh, no.
Well, this is Jack. What's your
Zach
name?
McGregor?
We don't know who he is. He'll introduce himself.
I'm just kind of an internet ghost. Are we doing last names? Or are we just doing first?
First name.
Zach.
Zach.
And
That's fine.
you know, I've got I'm actually a student of both of these guys, which has been very difficult over the last couple of years, but I've learned a lot.
Who's these
There's
guys?
a lot of punishment. This would be June, and this would be Paul. You know, and is it Antukin? Is that what we're doing?
Eliseo.
Antukin and June show. You know, I'm also a Libre instructor for the area and a chapter head for West Palm Beach. Also train in NI and Eskrima, so there's a lot of different Filipino martial arts that I'm a part of. NRA firearms instructor, so I do firearms as well. So kind of covering the whole gamut. Let's not even go there. That's a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't know anything about firearms.
Yeah. So,
I look so small sitting back
I know.
there. There we go.
Yeah, come closer. You know, in our show, you have to eat.
yeah.
So
I
don't know if you know what.
what Sky plate?
Yeah. Well,
I
it's
don't know what this
Slow
is.
flake.
blank flakes.
What is going on?
Oh, you have one open. Why am I open? Why are we cracking
No
open?
idea. We have to feed McGregor.
So is that a tradition? Like after every fight, you just decide to like just let
Go
it grow
crazy.
out? Yeah, just let it grow.
So wait, tell us some more about you. Outside FMA
Or martial arts.
Martial arts. What do you do? What did you do before?
Actually, I road raced motorcycles, sport bikes.
You're a champion?
That was where my champion stuff came in.
We have a champion. You can stay. You can stay. You can stay.
I have since
We have
retired from
champions, another
motorcycles,
champion
but
on our show.
yeah,
You can't be a guest on our show if you're no champion.
there's a loophole I found. Good thing we brought that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So tell us about that. You were tell us about that championship.
Well, it was you know, I
Is
did
it
that
a
for
bicycle or
no, it's actually with a motor in it. It's like
Motor.
a bicycle, but with more power.
More power.
Oh.
And you know, had a motorcycle shop for a while and very prone to injury. Just high speed, 100 mile an hour coming off the motorcycle. Got some cool titanium parts in my body. So
Speed.
speed. So I ended up
Wait.
retiring from that.
Can you ask June what is FMA?
June, what is
I mean, other than Filipino martial arts, it's force times is equal to mass times acceleration.
Whoa.
So we're talking about speed, which is acceleration of
Yeah.
this guy. Ding, 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 ding.
Man.
He is-
Acceleration champion.
All right, kids, we got some
Acceleration.
math.
We have
some math equation going on.
So how do you get speed on that motorcycle?
You just, you know, twist that grip, just throttle in. And you
Yeah.
got to be on the right place on the bike and
You need to be high, low on the bike.
low. And,
Low.
and
This guy's proud of his scientific
yeah.
equation there.
And it takes a little faith, you know, and trust the technique. That's the big thing. Trust in the
Oh,
technique.
there's a technique on
There's
the
a
There is
technique.
technique.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
you can't just go like this. You gotta, you know.
You would die.
Yeah.
That's the first in our show, by the way. Don't do this. Don't do this. You die. Don't do this. You die.
It's not going to work out well for you.
That's a takeaway. Don't do this without you die.
I will
So,
give you
go
the
ahead.
technique of
Teach
that.
us a little bit more about how you get speed to be a champion.
You
Is
want to
that
be...
Will that apply to martial arts, like technique on speed?
I think
speed
it is.
important?
I think it also comes from maybe the lineage where you learn the technique from. You know, having a good instructor that can show you the right stuff, and hand-eye is big into it. A lot of the similar components, you know, and being able to be brave and put yourself in a situation that could be risky, and being comfortable with that, being able to operate under stress.
Stress.
You know, so it's a
So
lot of similar
self-defense wise, it kind of applies. Right?
Very similar.
You gotta be.
Yeah.
Fucking I'll block you with my motorcycle.
I will just don't do this.
You'll die.
I will self-kill. You didn't kill me. I killed me.
So,
So that's kind of so that's a little bit of a Zach. let's
Zach,
talk
the
about
champion.
The champion.
Yeah,
Yes.
Zach, the non-champion. We'll talk about.
Only Zach the champion. That's all we're concerned
So
about.
let's talk about like how did
Your journey.
talk about the journey. Talk about how we all
Kind of the short backstory on it?
Yep, short backstory. On it.
Moved to South Florida, just within a decade or so ago, and hooked up with
Hey, let's do this again. Gotta be fast. Because
We
you are our guest on speed.
I don't know if I can go faster. I talk slow and I ride fast. I don't know.
Dang.
Yeah.
Ride fast,
talk slow.
Yeah.
I'm
Looks
thinking
like-
a little
looks
slow
like-
on that because it's like what?
He listens slow, so that's going to be a problem.
Okay, Gab, sorry. Go ahead.
So, I guess a couple years ago, hooked up with Entuken. And was really able to dial in my Serrata, and then offered me the opportunity to take me over to the Philippines to study with some of the grandmasters over there, which was a life-changing event for me. But it was no small task. It was the better part of 2 years. I would say conditioning, but it was a lot of Paul just beating the fire out of me most of the time, and it really conditioned me.
More
to
about
the
that
point.
later.
Yeah, more about that later. And then along the way, one of the prerequisites before he was going to take me was that I studied with one of the instructors he found along his path, which was Jun, and start studying Taboada Balintawak. I didn't know at the time that Jun was sort of in a pinnacle point in his own journey where he was looking for a student to be committed enough to get up to the equal rank of level 6 for him to ascend to his level 7 full qualified instructor. And Paul just sort of was like, hey, this guy you can just beat on. So he'll listen to you and you can hit him. So that was me. And that was a couple years ago. And so the journey has just sort of continued with the both of them, and I have very incredibly strong bonds with these guys, and they've taught me so very much about martial arts and not speed.
Yes.
FMA. What accomplishment have you
FMA.
done on FMA within that 2 years?
So many accomplishments.
Go ahead. Fire away.
A year ago, I was able to complete my completion of the art level 6 Taboada
Completion of the
Balintawak.
art.
Yes, that's good. And simultaneously, we're able to get to Jun.
I will
got
get
himself.
that soon if this guy teaches me.
And I think back to 1B. Yes. And so we got the level 6, and then I also accomplished my level 3 Anayan Eskrima, which is the equivalent of a black belt in that system as well. Finally started working with some students doing the Libre fighting, which is kind of cool. And it just sort of evolves from there. And then I got into more the shooting sports and self-defense, firearm stuff. And
You are a level 1 Hirosa de Cuerdas too.
Yes,
We just
also.
kind of-
Let's keep adding stuff.
Yes,
That's, and that was one of the biggest parts of between the Balintawak exposure over in the Philippines and getting to train with Grandmaster Uwit and the guys part of the Hirosa system was phenomenal.
Master Maranga. Maestro Maranga.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Absolutely, so we trained with two,
who did-
three,
who did-
four
maybe
different
they-
Balintawaks.
Yeah.
Also,
maybe a
he
shorter
did
list. Who did you
Baros
not?
and Paul too.
Who did you
Well,
not train with?
Baros and Paul,
maybe
yeah.
it might be a short list.
Yeah, exactly. There's a much shorter list of that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a.
There was
big
no
accomplishment.
sightseeing on
So,
this trip.
so McGregor does FMA?
Yes, amongst other things.
Oh, all right. So that's a little bit of an insight.
Who Zach is.
Who Zach is. Now, should we transition to the main highlights, which is on the very, very first episode, I was telling a story about when I first met Zach and when Paul brought him over, and they were doing some blocks.
Oh, Jesus.
Some blocks. And I was,
I knew there was a reason I was here. I knew it. This was a coup.
And the block, now pretty impressive. I've seen a lot of good blocks and stuff, but I haven't seen a full-on bat block. And I said, man, I was like, if this guy can take that block, I was like, okay, there's some quality things going on here. So we're gonna demo that.
What time was 14 minutes?
Yeah, we're gonna go and demo that.
Wait,
Yeah.
before we go to
Yeah.
me or you, why don't we just hit Jun with a bat?
Let's hit Jun
He
with the
does
bat.
block.
I will
No, we
block
can't hit Jun
it.
with the bat because Jun started showing me some of his blocks and absolutely no disrespect to anything, but I'm like, Jun, that's not a block. Like, that's not a block. Like, I originally taught the block. And he's like, are you sure? Then Paul comes out with a baseball bat and we illustrated this, which I guess we're doing now. which I was not told about
Well,
until I arrived here.
Before we go that,
Which is, I would not have come down here because I'm fine without that. I know I can do that.
So
well, before we transition to that,
I am so scared. I'm so scared.
I want Zach to kind
actually-
of mention a little bit about firearms.
Well,
Yeah.
just touch a little bit, because he
yeah.
is a certified.
NRA pistol instructor and range safety officer, and I can supply you with a certificate to get your concealed weapons carry permit at this point.
Supply.
series of 50.
Yeah, it's something like that, and it's important. I think, especially now, because it does all translate. It's a
Test.
weapon of a modern society, and it's what we would
5
use.
safety rules and firearms.
Man, no, we're not gonna go there.
So many.
5.
Number 1, do not give Paul a firearm. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Come on, just 5. You remember them?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of different. You've got Cooper's rules. You've got the NRA rules.
Which rules do you want? Which rules do you want?
Yeah,
Paul?
there's-
Let him
Jeez.
pick which one.
You want to go?
At least there's a takeaway
No, on firearms.
on firearms. Since you brought it up.
Actually, you know what? Yeah.
Honestly,
For the
guys,
beginner.
my biggest takeaway on this would be find a local instructor to be able to properly go through this stuff with you. I mean, I can give you suggestions in some of the basic rules about always treating any firearm as though it is loaded, and always keeping your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Always be aware of what's behind your target, and therefore. And these are good things, but we want to make sure that you've got hands-on training with a qualified instructor to be able to get through this stuff with you.
Was that the fifth one?
No, there's 4.
Well, what was the other one?
What do you?
Come on the hot seat.
There's 4 Cooper rules. I think there's 4 NRA rules. I don't know where you're getting this 5th rule from.
It's a Philippine rule. Don't mind.
I think it's FMA.
Yeah. So actually.
So-
wait. Speaking of training, I mean, before I forget, because I totally forgot.
We have
You thought about it too.
Yeah.
We have a upcoming event, the Jun and Paul show.
10-10-20.
10-10-20, October 10, 2020. We are gonna have a firearms event.
Not 2020. 10-10.
It's like, what month is 20? But we are having a firearms event. It's not officially released yet, but we'll be making announcements very, very soon. But 10-10-20, I encourage all beginners, to come out. Definitely will go from safety, from beginnings courses and everything to people that
No experience required.
No experience required.
We have a great team
Yes,
with Jeff and Robin.
Jeff and Robin.
Will be champion in
Step-by-step gun training.
Step gun training.
And that's the crew. But yes, they will. This will be coming up in Naples, Florida. So, yeah, but you're not going to be there, no? Zach?
No, because I'm going to be on an Austria medical
He's-
emergency medical training trip.
Medical training. That's very important too. Medical training.
Medical trainer.
Do not play with fire or speed because you're gonna die without medical.
I mean, it's as far as statistically speaking of equipment that you'd actually access. I think that everyone that carries a firearm concealed carry in a normal daily practice, it would be almost criminal not to have a tourniquet and other emergency supplies. I've got. You mentioned Jeff and other instructors of mine that have used their medical equipment in the field and in the street and have not fired on an assailant at this point. So their medical gear is actually more important, statistically speaking, than your actual firearm is. And it's good to have all that stuff,
Very important.
Very
In our
important.
show, we have food and drink.
Mystery Flakes.
Medical champion. be a medical champion.
Yeah. Now, so, the thing about here, as I'm looking at Zach's shirt, let's talk about your shirt, Zach.
Yep, talk about your shirt. What does that say?
What does that shirt say?
It's backwards in the camera. I'm just kidding. It's Libre Fighting, which is a small blade system that was developed by Scott Babb back in 2004. I mean, it was kind of his whole journey to put this together, but he's out of California now and out of San Diego.
You are a
he's been
certified
there.
instructor there, right?
I am. I'm actually a chapter head for
That's
West
what I was
Palm
waiting
Beach and an
You know,
instructor for
all this
Yeah.
guest, we have tons of titles. I
Yeah.
don't have any titles.
Yeah, I know. It's like
so many dons.
So how do people get a hold of you if they were interested in learning some Libre knife fighting.
Libre knife.
Yeah, they don't. I'm an internet ghost.
So
good
just
luck.
reach out to Jun and Paul and the
Yes,
Jun and Paul show.
exactly.
And we'll point you
We'll
into
point
the-
you to McGregor's.
Seriously though,
hideout.
that's true. Like, to make some contact from the video or this, that, and the other, and there's ways to get a hold of me. I just the small blade stuff I don't really want to put out there on the internet, and there's a lot of other instructors like me that just don't want that information floating around. It can get pretty intense, and it's pretty legit, you know, and so. I needed to do some vetting process to who we're actually instructing to, and this, that, and the other.
Awesome.
Experience on Taboada camp.
Tell us about
Your experience there.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, the Taboada Balintawak, I was actually just telling one of my Libre students this morning about it. That system's incredible because it's simple and it's very effective, and yet the way that the lead follow works when you're actually applying some of the training isn't real hard on you like if you and I were training where you just want to hit me. And so you get...
Well, they'll be later on.
You can get, you got all sorts of high-ranking kids or young females or all sorts of folks that you wouldn't think traditionally are like these hardcore guys that are into martial arts. So it's a wider
they'll jack you
demographic.
up. But
Yeah.
they'll jack you up.
They will jack you up.
Experience on Garimot.
Yeah, I got that.
Real
That
quick.
changed me as well. That was another Maestro Doi
Doi.
over there in the Philippines. Incredible, and Gapuno here in Florida. They have totally changed my perspective on range and what you can do with
Measure.
certain measurements.
Measure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Measure.
A champion of measurement for sure.
Yes.
Herosa de Cordas.
That was incredible when you paired me up with folks that didn't even speak my same language, but we could speak in motion. And so without even being able to come on common ground with our vocabulary, we can still know exactly how to move with one another, which was
But
cool.
the nice thing about Herosa, and when you went to the Philippines, now you experience how the
Totally
old
different.
way,
The old way
of
of
being
taught.
taught.
It's not like contemporary Western martial arts where there is a curriculum and it builds upon one another. I mean, you get out in the dirt and you fight with this guy with a stick, and please don't get hurt. Like that's
Please don't get hurt.
And it's always,
Please don't travel with Paul.
It's always
You'll get
going-
burned out.
it always goes.
yes. If I can give you one piece of advice, I mean, you gotta really want it. You gotta really want it, guys. It's rarefied air.
Sweet and sour on your left and right there.
But Harosa is a very, very capable system. It's up amongst some of my most cherished things that I've gotten exposure to for sure.
Experience with Maranga.
Maranga. Variation of a Balintawak system. It is absolutely a Balintawak system, but it varies a little bit from Taboada. And where you've got 12 basic strikes with Bobby's system, GM Bobby, you've got 25, 36 basic strikes. So it's a little bit more in depth, more of what you talked about, the old school Filipino
But
way
again,
of teaching.
old school, am I right?
Old school, yeah.
Baro Sugpo. With
Again,
There you go, checklist.
yeah,
checklist.
again, I tell one of my students this
That's
morning.
old ways to it, right?
Old way, and one of the most efficient empty hand on a knife engagement that I've experienced.
Freaking McGregor, man.
Yeah.
Look at check,
He's an
check.
MMA practitioner.
Da, 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 da.
Don't do
Okay,
this.
did
Don't
we
do
miss
this, guys.
there's more? Did we miss any more?
Muay Thai. experience.
Muay Thai.
Awesome. Started doing that actually when I was much younger. Went through some kickboxing stuff, and you changed me a lot with the
Can
kickboxing.
you kick like Crafton?
Can you break a board?
Can you kick the board with the shin?
You've got a video of us going back and forth pretty hard for a while. Yeah, I think something like that, a basic empty hand striking system, is good to start with because it's always going to be a baseline.
Very nice. Basic.
Basic.
Right?
Basic.
Basic will take you,
Yes.
even with motorcycle and speed, am I right?
It's
You
all
said
it's
that.
all back to the issue with shooting.
I've been
Stick
asking
with
him
the
to
basics.
teach me motorcycle. He won't
Yeah,
teach
well,
me.
fucking don't do this.
Don't do this. None of this.
None of this.
Okay,
You'll
last
die.
one. I know he knows how to grapple. Grappling.
It's important. I think takedown defense and the ability to do the takedown is important. I think that jiu-jitsu is a good discipline, but it can go a little bit deep. One of the hardest impacts that we've talked about before is that first from the standing to the concrete, and you've got to be really cognizant of that because that can take you out of the fight immediately.
Okay.
Is he-
I know we talked about this already, but firearms. Very, very quick.
You fucked me over those rules. I'm so pissed about that. I'm so pissed.
Remember, our show is not planned. This is
Yes.
this is just improv.
Cover your ears,
I
kids.
think I think you get out and get training. I think it's an important discipline. Even if you don't plan on owning one yourself, I think it's important to know how the mechanics work, and that gun and the gun handling is very
Do
important.
I need to
as well.
go and practice like
I
complicated
don't know
stuff
what
already?
you're doing. You need to keep that over there.
Should I do complicated
No,
stuff?
it goes
No.
back to the basics. It
Basics.
goes back to the basics.
Basics, guys.
Fundamentals, yep.
Just like martial arts, motorcycles, firearms. It's your foundation and fundamentals at the basic level. All the advanced is just your ability to actually act on that.
I think the
do that
advance
under
is what
pressure.
makes you money.
Probably.
We should go advance. Money. Wait,
Yep, the flash.
just for a second. We have something.
What? Oh, sponsors.
I was
Sponsors.
wondering,
Wait.
Wait.
1, 2, 3.
Three sponsors. So basically, this is the time when sponsors come in. Because right now there's nothing there. You know, so that. All right.
We're back. Did you guys see our sponsors?
Yes.
Zero.
Yeah. Still zero. Come on, people. Come on, people. Where's the sponsors at?
So-
Zach's like, what? Let me disappear for a second.
So, next segment
I was like, so what?
on
So what?
on our show, right?
And,
We're
and
gonna-
just 2
we're
seconds.
gonna-
2 seconds.
Good.
I think it's
Yeah.
important to mention where I've come from. A nine and a screamer. It's very important.
Correct.
To me.
That's very important.
Um,
Wait, that's very important.
That's very important.
Actually, I need you to mention
Where
where we got
where
me and June got our CCW.
Yes.
Yeah. Same
Wait,
thing.
Yeah.
another test. What is CCW, sir?
It's not FMA. I mean, I guess it is. It's a concealed carry weapon permit.
God damn, he knows it, dude.
That's our boy. Champion.
Okay. Special
But,
mention to
Yeah, I do want to mention Lahongru, Josh Lahaney with
Josh,
the nine and
thank you,
Eskrima,
bro.
Yes.
Three Rivers. Has taught me so much, and the nine is such a large system. I mean, I was just telling these guys we were practicing staff yesterday. I mean, I don't really get a whole lot of exposure, but there's so many different Espada Daga, Sinawali, Serrata, Sibat Bangkau, Kadina Damama, Empty Hand. It's a pretty large system, and really gave me a good foundation to then.
and we have
go
to
with
you
these
have to
guys.
thank Josh because he is an open-minded instructor.
Yes.
I mean, that's one thing, guys. If you guys looking for an instructor, they have to be open-minded. They
Tell-
can't be
yeah.
close-minded and telling you can't go to this other one.
Does Josh
I actually went to
Maybe.
actually Josh allowed Zach to
Yeah.
To
learn
train-
to
to
train
train with us, yeah.
to train from you know.
Yeah.
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 So, thanks,
All right.
Josh.
Thanks, bro.
All right.
So ready for the
Power.
speed
Yeah.
Champion.
champion.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. See you guys in a bit.